Okay, happy Tuesday, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Up and Moving. I'm Steve Elmer, college professor here at Michigan Tech University. It's great to have you with us. The goal of Up and Moving is to help keep adults physically active during the pandemic and beyond. So tonight we have a short, efficient workout for you. All you need is a bottle of water and some enthusiasm. I brought our cowbell here to keep us going throughout the workout. So hopefully you're fired up and ready to go. Tonight we're going to start with a short warm-up. We're going to go through about a 4 to 5 minute circuit or interval, so to speak. We'll take a brief recovery period and do that a couple more times. So doing a 4 to 5 minute interval 3 times here tonight. We'll have a cool down after that, and then it'll be dinner time. So thanks for joining us on Zoom and on social media, and for those watching on the recorded version a little bit later. So we'll get started into our warm-up. Here we'll go through the different movements that we'll be doing in a little bit in our interval session. So going to start with a couple of just some knee hugs here, kind of reaching up and grabbing my knee, doing a little stretch here. Looks like the rain has finally stopped here in the Houghton Hancock area, so sun is just peeking through the clouds here at my house. Just grabbing that knee and holding it just for a minute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'll give you the side view here. We're just going to do a little quad stretch. Opposite arm, so reach back, grab the leg. Kind of back and forth like this. Today we'll be working kind of on that 1 to 10 scale. If 1 is sitting quietly in a chair, 10 is you're basically at your max. We're going to try to get to that 7 to 8 range for most of the workouts, maybe a little under, maybe a little bit over, but that places good healthy stress on the heart and lungs. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and do some butt kicks. So just going to kind of kick our heel towards our butt. A little bit of side to side motion here. And after our butt kicks, we have an up and moving famous warm-up activity called zombie kicks, courtesy of Isaac, one of our doctoral students on the program. So for the zombie kicks here, get a little stretch in the hamstrings, put your hands out in front here. We're just going to do some leg lifts here. It's reaching up towards those hands. If you can get a little higher, great. If not, it's just the warm-up here. Today during our activity, we'll be doing some jogging in place, some moving side to side, climbing some mountains, doing some core work, some upper body, some lower body, a little bit of everything for you tonight. All right, going to move into the next one here. A little ski motion for us. Get in the camera here. I'm just going to take my arms. I'm going to extend them back. So just kind of bringing them up here, elbows up and kind of extending back. When you do this, I want you to do a little bit of a baby crunch here with your trunk or core. So it's got a crunch and then extending back. Crunch, extending back with the arms, just like you would if you were pulling or skiing. And when you do this, if you were out skiing, you'd feel it in your arms, but you'd also feel a little bit in your stomach muscles here as well. And then just to make this, to give you a little practice, to make this a little bit more dynamic, I want you to just come up on your toes ever so slightly. So coming up on your toes and then really pushing down. Get a little leg movement in there. We'll be doing this motion a little bit in some of the circuits. So giving you a little practice here. Let's go ahead and move into a side jumping jack. So I'm just going to step side to side here. Again, just warming up here. A little bit later in the circuit, once we officially get started, if you want to switch to a full jumping jack, a couple different options tonight. Right now, I'm going to stick with the the modified version. If you have any ankle, knee, or hip limitations or mobility issues that you've had in the past, this is a little bit more body weight friendly motion here. Okay, next one. As part of our warm-up here, we're going to do a modified burpee. So what I'd like you to do is take your hands, reach up towards the sky. We're going to go ahead and touch our toes, our knees, and sky. Toes, knees, and sky. I want you to go through this a couple times. During the workout, we'll do this a little faster. If you can't get all the way down to your toes, that's fine. You can touch your shins or just stay at your knees. So knees and reaching up. And you'll see when I'm doing this, I'm giving a little bit of a squat. Just part of the warm-up here. Toes, knees, sky. Toes, knees, sky. Let's do about 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Okay, couple more here. Okay, next one, we're just going to step side to side here. Start to move our arms, kind of crisscross them. When you're doing this, really reach towards the walls in your room and make sure that chest comes out nice and proud, like Superwoman or Superman, or up and moving here, like I have on. Kind of opening up the chest here. One more warm-up activity after this, or movement. If you can find a stable surface, it could be a chair, it could be your couch. I'll show you on my couch. It also could be the floor. We're just going to do a little practice on what we call a mountain climber. So I will actually grab my stool here. So find that surface. Just to give you a demonstration here, I'm going to be in a plank position, okay? And all I'm going to do is just bring my knees up one at a time. It's kind of back and forth. That would be the chair or the stool. Make sure it's sturdy. Also give you the couch option here. It's a little bit lower. So just find the surface that works for you. And we're going to do about 10 to 12 of these as a warm-up. That's about 6 for me, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do a couple more a little faster here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We'll call that good for our warm-up. Hopefully you're ready to get started here. If you need a quick drink, go ahead and grab one. Just checking the chat here. Looks like a question came up. Okay, good, thank you. So grab a quick drink if you need it. We'll get started on our first circuit. Again, it takes about 4 to 5 minutes to get through. And then we'll go through that a couple more times. While you're waiting, one other thing I wanted to show you, and we'll give you a little practice here. One movement I forgot is called the karaoke. So we'll just build this into our warm-up here before we get started on the circuit. So I'll show you and then you can give it a shot here. I'm going to take my right leg, going to cross it over in front of me, take that right leg and cross it over behind me. Just going to do this back and forth across my room here. I'm going to take my left leg, cross it in front of me. Take my left leg, cross it behind me, in front, and behind. And if you feel comfortable, you can go a little faster. If you have a little bit more room in the living room here like I do, you can space it out. Just want you to get those hips moving. We'll just just practice this on your own. And one more side here. I'll meet you back in the center. Okay, so we'll be incorporating that into our movement here, our circuit. Go ahead and shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Give a couple of claps here. You know, Nancy's on the call. She would say, tap our chest and yell out and ah. And hopefully we're ready. I'll get the stopwatch going here. Our first circuit interval, and we are going to get started. Okay, we are underway. So we'll start with just a little march in place here. As we go through this, let's make sure that we pace ourselves. So we want to get to the end of the workout and not die off in the first few minutes. So it's okay to pace yourself, pull back a little bit. The workout can gradually get a little harder. Lift those knees up a little higher if you'd like. Now move those arms a little more. Anytime you need to take a breather, dial back the intensity, that's perfectly fine. You can always jump back in when you're ready. We're going to switch to a speed skater move here in about 10 seconds. To help kind of get you up to speed, pun intended, I guess. Okay, next what we're going to do is just do some side steps here with a little kind of dynamic hop, so to speak. To make these a little harder, you can get a little more of a knee bend. Give you the side to side here. So the lower you go, the harder it is. And then the next version, you can see I'm starting to kind of cross that leg behind me. Getting lower. But just find the pace that works for you. For those looking for a more challenge, you can go a little faster. Really simple exercises here to make it easier or harder. Okay, we're going to mix up the movement pattern in just a minute here. All right, let's go to our karaoke's here. That little side-to-side crossover. Don't feel like these have to be too fast. The goal is just keep moving here. Nice and steady. On another 30 seconds of the karaoke's. Let's do one more each direction. I'll meet you back in the center for the next movement. So give you a second to get back in the center. We have 1 minute to go in our circuit here. We're just going to jog in place. 1 minute to go. We ring the cowbell here. Just doing a little jog in place. If you'd like to jog around the room, go right ahead. If you're feeling pretty good, just remember we have a couple more intervals to go after this. But if you're pacing yourself, you can always go a little harder. Or if you need to just go to a nice steady walk, that's perfectly fine. Okay, about 30 more seconds. We'll take a break. I'm going to jog this one out here. Do even a little sprint at the end. When you hear the bell, we got 10 seconds to go. Okay, here we go. Little sprint here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're good. Take a short breather. If you need to get a drink, go ahead. If you don't, you can walk in place or move around the room just a little bit. So after a short recovery period here, we'll get right back into our next interval. And for the folks on Zoom, looks like we're certainly engaged and moving right along. You can always give me a thumbs up when you feel like you're rested, recovered. So we focused a little bit there on lower body, lower and whole body. Next, we're going to switch it up in this next interval. We're going to go through a different circuit, and we're going to use some of the muscles we haven't used in our upper body. So keep some variety here for you. Yep, keep moving around, or when you're ready, come back to the center position here. We still got a little time, about 40 seconds. And then we will get started with circuit number 2. Okay, take that last drink if you need it. Again, another 4 to 5 minute circuit interval here. Going to be starting in about 10 seconds. I'll just show you what we'll be starting with. It's a standing abs, so we're going to be crossing our opposite knee and opposite elbow, trying to touch them. Okay, we are going officially on the clock here. So a little standing abs. Try to have that opposite knee touch the opposite elbow. If you can't have them touch, that's fine. Should feel a little bit of a crunch in kind of that core region. Ways to make this a little easier would be just to slow it down. If you want to make it harder, you can pick up the tempo here. Make sure those arms are up and you're kind of bringing them down, not kind of right here. Nice and sort of tall. Good work. Good start here. We are going to mix up the movement pattern in about 10 seconds. Okay, next, we're coming to the center here. We're going to do a little hands up on top of the head, a little baby squat down. We're going to reach our elbow to our knee. We can't touch it, obviously. Do the opposite side and come back up. So a little baby squat down. Try to touch that elbow to the knee, and then the other knee, and then up. Give me the side version, and then up. Little baby squat, a side crunch on both sides, coming up. To make these a little easier, just do a really, really partial squat here, or not even a squat. To make them harder, you can go deeper. We'll keep these going. Kind of, I don't know what we call these. Sort of abs with a squat. High intensity Tuesday, Steve abs. Let's do 3 more total. So that's 3, 2, 1 more, and 1. Okay, next what we're going to do, ladder climbers. Hands up here, just a little jog in place, okay? And then we're going to be reaching up here, like we're climbing a ladder. Reaching up here, give me the side view, little stepping in place, reaching up. To make this a little easier from this variation, just step and reach. Climbing that ladder. To make it harder, you can pick up that tempo. Bring those knees up a little higher. But using arms and legs here, reaching up. Okay, about 15 seconds to go on here. If you're feeling good, you can go a little faster, reach a little higher, or Or if you're right in that perfect zone, just keep it going a little while longer. Okay, we're coming up on our last minute. That means cowbell time. I don't know about you, but I'm breathing a little harder. Our last one will be those mountain climbers. So I'll meet you at that sturdy surface. I'm going to use my couch here, get the bell ringing. So find that sturdy surface. Come to that plank position. And then we're just going to bring our knees up. Kind of back and forth. Nice steady tempo. We'll get a break after this one, so let's finish it out on a good note. Okay, last 30 seconds here. And once we hear the bell, that's the final sprint to the end. I'm going to get the bell ringing here. See if you can pick it up and finish it out here. Okay, here we go. Last 10 seconds. So picking up the pace. Finishing out this interval at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a break. Good work, everybody. Take a break, well earned here. Grab a drink if you need one. If you got that stool or chair close by, if you need to take a seat, go right ahead. If you're okay and feeling pretty good, you can walk around. Hands on hips or hands on top of the head. Help keep the chest open. So take a breather here. Give ourselves a little pat on the shoulder here for getting 2/3 of the way through our routine. We got one more circuit to go. And we will mix up the movements again. So we're not getting stale here at Up and Moving tonight. We're keeping the variations, the variety going. Keep you on your toes. So first circuit, we did, for the most part, a little bit more lower body. That one, we incorporated some arms and trunk, upper body. This last one, we'll try to put everything together, so to speak, and do some arm and leg at the same time. I'll give you another minute here. When you are ready, for the folks on Zoom, when you are ready, if you can come back to kind of the home position here on the screen, and you can do a little walk in place that'll let me know when you're ready to go. See a couple people getting one last drink here. We're not rushing anybody. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. We are going to start with our skiing motion here in a few seconds. So just to remind you, give you a preview, we practiced this a little bit earlier. That's that one where we have our hands up, we extend them backwards, just like this. But then we want to incorporate some more muscles. So we're going to give that crunch first, like we're kind of crunching a nut here. And then we're pushing back. Kind of the crunch, pushing back, extending our arms back. So we're pulling here. And then to make it whole body, let's involve our legs a little more. Come up on our toes, crunch, push back. Just like this. So practice that once or twice, and then we will get started on our last circuit here, circuit interval. And we have a couple of skiers on the call tonight, so we're doing some summer training here to get us in shape for skiing next fall. All right, when you are ready, we will get started in 3, 2, 1 with our double poling skiing motion. We'll go for a minute here, and then we'll switch into some jumping jacks. Thinking about using our arms and our legs here. If you're looking for a little bit easier version, you can slow these down and really pace yourself. If you're looking for a little harder, you can increase your speed or your tempo here. Okay, we'll give another 10 seconds of our double pulling ski motion here. Switch it up into those jumping jacks. Okay, here we go. Jumping jacks here. Can do the side to side modified version first. For anybody looking for the harder variation, you can go right into the jumping jacks here. We're going a minute, so make sure you pace yourself. Looking good, everybody. After this one, we'll be about halfway through. You can always switch back and forth if you're doing these and you're saying, Steve, I've got to change up the pace. You can go back and forth. If you're doing these and it's getting a little much, you can just slow the tempo down. The goal is just to do what's best for you and modify it appropriately. Last 10 seconds here on these. Get you back in the center here with some squats. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, next. Little squats here. Just going to bend down, kind of that baby, that quarter squat, come back up. But we're just going to do this for about a minute. To use the arms, we can give a little swing. So bringing the arms up, when we bend down, bring our arms back. We'll get a little momentum here. Just kind of a baby squat here. Using our arms. To make these a little harder, you can go a little bit lower on the squat. Really reach those arms. And for even a bigger challenge, you can give a little bit of a jump there and a soft landing. So a few different variations here. We are going to end our last minute with our burpees. Remember, that's the one where you're touching your toes, your knees in the sky. If that's a little too hard, just go to knees and sky. And if you're looking for a harder version, I can show you here on the little bit more advanced option. Okay, 3 more of these. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go ahead and get to those burpees. Okay. Hands up towards the sky. Gonna reach down and touch our toes. Knees. Reach up towards the sky. So toes, knees, sky. Toes, knees, sky. Toes, knees, sky. Toes, knees, sky. We'll keep these going here. I'm going to show folks a little bit more advanced version on the mat here if you have a softer surface. So I'm going to reach down, put my legs out, bring them in. A little baby jump. And for anyone looking for the next version up, you can come all the way down to the ground, back up. Keep it going, everybody. Couple more, ring our bell here. Got about 20 seconds to go. Looking great. Let's do 5 more. So 5. 4, keep it going. 3, 2.5. Last 2 here. 2, 1 more. Last one, and 1, and we're done. great work. I think we're all breathing hard. I can hear it through Zoom and Facebook. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm huffing and puffing after those burpees. Keep walking around a little bit if you can. Grab a drink. We have a short cool down, but let's take a minute here. Recalibrate, regroup, and we'll meet you back here for the cool down. Cool down will just be a couple of minutes and then we'll get you on your way. Have a nice evening here. I hope you found today's workout a little, the variations and kind of mixing up the movements. Make it fun, make it challenging, but still manageable right from home. Give you another minute, and then I'll meet you back for the start of the cool down here. So when you're ready, we'll find a wall or a chair, countertop, something we can hang on to. I'm a little wobbly here. Just going to do a little quad stretch to get started. We're going to grab onto my surface here and we're going to reach back and grab our left leg. Give you the side view here. As I said, I'm a little wobbly. And feel a nice little stretch in the quad here. In the beginning, we were doing balance, and you can certainly do that, but if balance isn't the top priority right now, we'll get a good stretch and just use the wall of the chair here for some support. A couple of tips, pro tips here. If ever this is too much, you can always grab your heel of your shoe. Get that's still some stretch better than none. And more advanced, if you really get that knee in line with the body, you'll feel it even a little bit more here. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Do the other leg, the right leg. Hopefully heart and breathing are coming down a little bit, heart rate and breathing rate. It does take a little time here. We were working at a pretty good clip there at the end. Okay. Next, we are just going to do a little bit of a side stretch. So I'm going to put my feet a little past shoulder width apart. Get back in the camera here. Just going to lean to my left. Put a little bit more weight on that left leg. Should feel a little stretch here in the inside of the right leg. I'm just going to hang out here for about 15, 20 seconds. And we'll do the other side. Okay, we'll switch to the right. Shifting the weight over to the right leg, that left leg. Inside of that leg, you'll probably feel a little bit of a stretch. We'll keep this side to side going. I'll meet you back in the center here. What we're going to do again, feet, a little wider than shoulder width here. Now I'm going to just reach. I'm going to take my right arm, reach over towards the left side of my body, and use that other arm for a little support here. Feel a nice side stretch. We'll do the other side here in a second. Okay, we'll switch sides. Reaching over here with our left arm. Just a reminder, our next workout is coming up on Thursday at 9:30 Eastern. We'll have a similar workout compared to today, but a little bit lower intensity. So it'll be more of a moderate intensity, so a little higher today. But that'll be 9:30. And so that's our next workout. Okay, next one I'd like you to do is we're just going to touch the top of our legs here, reach up towards the sky and look back, tip our head back just a little bit. Should feel a stretch here in the front part. And we're just going to do 5 of these, nice and slow on the way up. Tip the head back, just pause for a second. Come back down. 3 more. And we'll do 1 more here. Okay, just 1 or 2 more. I'd actually like you to just touch the wall here. I'm just going to take my left leg. I'm going to pop my heel up, and I'm just going to do some ankle rolls. So I'm just going to move my leg kind of around in the, I guess, clockwise direction first. We were dancing around, moving on our feet there. Just do some ankle mobility things here. Might feel good in the hip too. The hip's kind of moving around a little bit, knee, but the ankle's going in that circular motion. And then go ahead and switch it up, go the other direction, so counterclockwise. If you hear a little creaking and cracking, a little self-adjustment, that's okay. I'm getting some of that here. And then we will grab the other wall, or if you don't need the wall, that's okay. Do the right leg. Give you the side view here, just doing a little bit of ankle rolling. And then go ahead and switch it the other direction. For me, that would be counterclockwise. Last couple of things here. If you are looking for more of a challenge, you can certainly go through 1 more interval tonight. That's a good way to do 4 total. We did 3 for the sake of time. But I hope you enjoyed tonight's workout. Don't forget, all of our workouts are archived on our YouTube website. You can get to that by going to upandmoving.org. We also have a TV workout this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern on ABC, so spread the word, maybe for folks that don't have internet. And then finally, if you know of any community members that like to have a home-based DVD, again, maybe they're not on Zoom or well-versed in social media, and would just like to pop it in the DVD player, we have that as an option as well. So we can help get one mailed out to them. So thanks a lot. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you at the next workout. Great work, everybody.